The study of history is so very important, and we can learn from that and do things in the present and the future so much better. Wheeling has so much rich history because of the building of the National Road that went cross country from Baltimore, and the fact that we had the suspension bridge over the Ohio River, that many people came through this area and through that national road to go west. And when some people got here, they liked it so much they stayed here.
When I stand at a place with a vista like this, I am drawn back to the early days of this valley and this settlement, and I try to put myself in the place of the Zanes and to imagine what it would have been like when all you could see were giant trees with huge grapevines clustered above them, and when you could see nothing but green and river. And when you were the first to be here and to actually lay claim to this land, how exciting that must have been, and saw the island, that beautiful big island covered with trees, and to understand why Ebenezer said, "This is paradise."
I've been collecting Wheeling history since the 70s, and I bought my first book about Wheeling history in the 70s. And I've been collecting ever since. When I was the photographer for the Point Museum, my collection just kept building and building and building. And we wanted to get that out to the people, so we did our first book. It was about mail pouch, and it was about the art of their advertising. What an innovation that was to the way they advertised on barns, and it was just a wonderful thing. And the Block family worked with us, and we had articles in there about their history also. And then after that book, we went on to Greetings from Wheeling. It's a collection of postcards from Wheeling, and it's just amazing how many postcards there are of this small town. Greetings from Wheeling is a great collection of those postcards. Then we did a book about Elm Grove. And what a great city that was coming into Wheeling. It had like 3 or 4 names at one time. The Forks of Wheeling. It was just a great little city. And that book was so well received that people wanted their stories in that book. So we ended up making a second book about Elm Grove. Then I collaborated with Bob Schramm on a book about Wheeling Island. I photographed for many years at WWVA, Jamboree USA, and one of the great things about that was I met Doc Williams there. And what a fantastic guy he was. And I tried and tried to get him to do a book, and finally he said yes, and we did it. And it's just a great story. I mean, he was in country music for over 50 years. I collaborated on a couple books with Sean Duffy, and those books were about the immigrants coming to Wheeling for opportunity. And there was a lot of opportunity here. There was steel mills, there was coal, there was glass, there was tile. And we felt that once those people came to Wheeling, they were like the Wheeling family. And we named the books the Wheeling Family, Volume 1 and Volume 2. I have a great friend, Tony Perry, that has a wonderful collection of Victorian trade cards. And we got together and we did a book about his collection of Victorian trade cards. Victorian trade cards were like a business card today for your business, and but they were very colorful in the Victorian time. And almost every business in Wheeling had these trade cards. And his collection was just a wonderful collection of Wheeling trade cards. Again, I got together with Robert Schramm, and we collaborated on a book about the history of WWVA's radio station. Well, naturally, you can go to our website, wheelinghistory.net, and you can order from there. But we have them in a few locations in Wheeling, and Those locations are the Artisan Center gift shop on 14th Street. You can get them at Words and Music Bookstore at Stratford Springs, Kroger at Mount Deshaunel, the UPS store on Washington Avenue, Bowers on the Market, which is an antique store at the Lower Market, the Med Shop on National Road in Fulton, and Miklas's Meat Market. It's hard to get young people interested in the history of Wheeling or history, and these are great gift items for their parents and grandparents, and for that matter, they're great gift items for anyone.